Namaste and welcome to Times Health Plus. I'm Miss Vinita Sakpal, a senior nutritionist and a yoga teacher from the Yoga Institute, here to teach you all on a new topic, which is food for strong bones. Okay, so before we proceed with our today's session, I have a very small question to everyone. Please do answer in the comment section. So tell me, how many of you all are having some or the other sort of pain in their body? It can be a back pain, it can be a joint pain, it can be poor posture, a shoulder pain, a neck pain, any sort of pain you are experiencing. Please write it down in the comment section. Let me see how many people are there who are undergoing this sort of pain. Okay. Okay, Pratibha ji says upper back pain. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Quickly write the answers. Quickly, I want to see your participation. This session is all about interactive session, so let's not keep it like a informative. Let's interact. Okay, so write your answers in the comment section. Okay, I have a shoulder pain cause of spondylitis. Okay, can you I think it's wrong to ask, but can you just mention the age also, like in what age bracket you are? Like you can mention just 30 to 40 range or 40 to 50 range, whatever it is, so that I'll get some idea that at what age you have got this all issues. Okay. Okay, quickly, I want the answers. I want the answers in your comment section. Okay, I'm around 44. Okay, okay. 35 upper back pain. Okay, perfect. So most of the people, if you see, like with my practice also, I've seen, okay, few more have come. Ashwin ji says sometimes back pain, 55 age. Okay. Sarika ji says elbow as in tennis elbow, age 60. Ajarai says the knee pain. Okay, okay, perfect. So most of us are undergoing some or the other knee pain or a back pain, right? So when there is some sort of pain, that means something is wrong with your bones or your joints, right? So this says whatever is your age, whether you are in 30s, whether you are in 40s, whether you are in 50s, 60s, I have even seen in late 20s also, people are facing with some or the other body pain, specifically to a bone pain, whether it's a knee pain, back pain, neck pain, but they are undergoing these sort of pains, right? So today we are going to understand that apart from this pain, what all things are required in particular age group also to eat through the food source so that your health of your bones is much better. You know, since our childhood we have come to know that our mother always say you should drink milk, you will get calcium, your bones will be strong. But I have seen people who drink milk even on these days, still they have some sort of pain. So that means we have something missing out, we are not understanding what exactly is going wrong in our habit or in our lifestyle or in our intake, that is still triggering the joint pain or a bone pain, right? Have you all seen, there are some people who are very fit, but when they fall, they are so fragile that they immediately get a fracture. Of course, the later elderly age, their bone porosity of course become weak, and when they fell, of course there is a fracture. But even in youngsters I have seen, even in the young children I have seen, that when they fell down while playing or something, they are getting fractures. That means not always it's because the hit was very hard or because it was an accident or something that has created the fracture. Sometimes it is also if your bone is weak, then also you get the fracture. So it's an early sign. We are ignoring these all signs. These all pains are the sign that your body is undergoing some or the other disturbance, some or the other inflammation. The pain is nothing but an inflammation, right? So that we are going to understand detailed in today's session. Okay, so throughout the session please be very attentive, because lot many things we are going to discuss about the bones. Okay, now what I have done is I've segregated the topic. Today I'll be talking about the bones, and in the next session I'll be talking about the joints. Okay, so it's a continuity session. Make sure that you attend both the things to understand the difference between a bone and a joint. Okay, fine. So in today's session, what exactly we are going to learn? We'll be learning about why bone becomes weak even if you don't have any injury. What's the reason behind it? Number two, we will see which are the nutrients that helps to build up your bone health. Then we will see certain common mistakes that we usually do in eating patterns, and that might harm your bone health. And at the end, we will be understanding certain daily food habits that we need to incorporate to make your bones more stronger. And as usual, at the end of the day, we will be giving you some tasks that you have to do in particular week. So when you practice this, you will notice that actually whatever you have learned, it's applicable. Okay, now let's proceed again. Okay, now many questions, many answers have come in the comment section with shoulder pain, back pain, knee pain, many more things. Let's understand why bone health is so important. Okay, now when we talk about bone particularly, we have so many bones in our body, right from our single finger and toes till your particularly complete systems, right, your complete organ system. Now this bone doesn't means that it is only like a dead stick in your body. No, it has a multiple role in your body. Of course, it is like a stick, but it's not a dead stick. It has some role in our body, right? So what are these roles that we will first understand? Number one, it helps us to stand. It is giving us a support. It is it is making our body in a particular way that you can sit, you can stand, you can walk, you can bend, you can balance, right? Whenever you must have tried the ekpadasan in the yoga session, right, where you fold your leg and you stand on one leg. What you are doing, you are balancing your complete weight on that one leg, right? So what is this, how is this possible? Only and only if your bone is present and if your bone is healthy, right? Then only you will get this support. Otherwise you will tend to fall all the time, right? So for your support of your complete body, bones are really important, right from standing, walking, bending, balancing, forward bend, backward bend, twisting, everything. right? Even lifting the heavy things, your bones are responsible. The bone weight is important, right? Number 2, it helps in protection also. What it is protecting? It is protecting your organs. How? Now, if you see your brain has a protecting bone, which is your skull, right? If the skull is not present and anything hits to your head, your brain will immediately get its effect, right? So best, your bones are the one which is supporting your brain, okay, the skull. Similarly, where are your bones which are supporting your organs? All your heart and lungs. Your heart and lungs are supported with what? Your rib cage. Rib cage is made from bones, right? Similarly, your spinal cord is being covered with your vertebrae, right? With your complete nervous system, which you see has a spinal cord, veins inside it, and that is being covered with the vertebrae, right? So this are all bones are all are protecting our organs, our systems, in internal systems, okay. Number 3, it is also storing certain minerals inside it. If you see a bone stores certain minerals. Which minerals? Calcium, phosphorus inside it, so that your bone becomes more strong. So, if your diet is poor, then what will happen? Your body will silently withdraw the calcium from the bone to supply it everywhere, right? So calcium is not just required for the bone. Calcium has other functions also in our body, right? It participates in other functions also. So that's the reason, if a diet is poor in particular nutrients, then somehow your bones will become brittle. How it will become brittle? Because all the minerals will ooze out of the bones and your bones will become porous, okay. So that's the reason it's very important to give an understanding or importance to your bone health also, apart from your other organ systems, okay. If you see, bone loss starts right after 30 years. So when you are around 30 age, from there your bone loss will gradually starts depleting, and it also happens very silently. You will not realize. Suddenly when you fall and you get the fracture, that time you realize your bone was porous, you end up into arthritis, osteoporosis, osteopenia, and whatnot, right? And apart from that, the pain, the initial sign of your bone loss is the pain. Your knee pain, your back pain, your neck pain, your shoulder pains, your tennis elbow pain, every pain is a sign that is giving you an understanding that your bone has become little porous or it has become little weak, okay. So right from 30 years we have to be very cautious with our bone health. We need to know what is good for our body. Only calcium is not going to suffice. There is more than that, okay. Now let's understand then what exactly it is. Okay, now many of us are facing with the bone problems, right? Every bone problem is giving us some understanding. If you see, if you are a person who get a frequent fractures, there are an individuals who while walking just get, if their feet is just twisted, they get a sprain. If they are holding something, they get a sprain. If they fall down, there is a fracture in the bone, there is a hairline fracture. So when there is a frequent fractures that we see, then it means your bone strength has gone down. If there is a frequent fracture, you will see the bone strength, the capacity has gone down, okay. If there is a frequent back pain, that means the vertebrae which is there, they have become weak. It is not only about the wrong posture. Yes, nowadays we do sit in the wrong posture. Even now, notice your posture. How are you sitting? Are you drooping down or are you sitting upright? Sitting upright is a conscious job. You have to be mindful. I understand when we engage in the work, we gradually droop down while doing certain desk job, right? But when we notice the moment the posture is wrong, you have to become alert and roll back your shoulder. Whenever you roll back your shoulder, your spine will come in absolute T, okay. Your spine will come in absolute T, and that is the right posture for your spine. Now tell me, suppose this is your spine, okay, this is your spine. Now when there is a pressure, when you are drooping down, the spine has to do extra work right? It has to do extra work. And because when you stay in this posture, this will become stiff, and when you come back to the original posture, it will become more painful. So that's the reason what is required, the right posture to prevent your back pain. So if there is a frequent back pain, lower back pain, middle back pain, neck towards the neck back pain, then somehow the issues are with the vertebrae. Okay, and as you age, of course, the disc between each vertebrae, if it gets shuffled from its place, if it's shifted from its place, it is coming out, then also there will be an aggravated pain. Okay, so of course, there are multiple reasons behind it, but major reason could be the bad posture, and secondly, your vertebrae have become poor. All these vertebrae are made from, they are the bone materials, right? So if they becomes poor, then how your body strength will be taken up, how you will be able to stand in right posture? You won't be, then you will always stoop down. Okay, number 3, whenever you experience a knee pain, so knee pain means the bones are weak, then the muscle around the bone, they are also weak, and therefore there is a pressure on the joint. What is joint? Joints are two bones support, in between there is a joint. If these are the two bones, in between there is a joint. So if the bones are weak and the muscle which are around them, they are also weak, then there will be too much pressure on your joints, because of which while walking there will be voice, there will be some sound, there will be some cracking sound, and then there will be a pain also. Okay, so when these things are being noticed, that means your bones plus your muscle has been become weak. Okay, number 4, if there is a weak posture, like there are few people who always walk like this, especially when the people who are very tall, they usually stoop down and they walk like this. So what is happening, the posture is becoming weak, right? So when the posture is gradually becoming weak, and as you age, if you are drooping down completely, your vertebrae is going down completely, that means this is a silent signs of bone loss. This has happened right from your early age, and the effect has been seen in the later age. Okay, that is because of the bone loss. Next is a condition which is osteopenia. So osteopenia is the early sign, it's a warning sign that something is wrong with your bones. Okay, and osteoporosis is the damage sign, where your bone has become porous, there are holes in your bones. So when your bones become brittle, porous, there are high chances of getting fractures, right? So osteopenia is the early warning sign, and osteoporosis is the damage sign. So when you want to understand you are in which stage, it's always best to do a yearly check, where you do a DEXA scan, where you do a vitamin D3 check, or where you do a calcium check, just to understand how much are your levels, and accordingly you can work on it. Okay, fine. Okay, Shreya ji. So ideally, this whole session is particularly in English language. I'll try to keep it in little Hindi also. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed ahead. Now, let's understand the bone little more in detail. Now, when we talk about bone, what do we think? We think the bone is like a dead body. It's like a dead stick, right? मतलब बोन ऐसी चीज है जो कभी मूवमेंट नहीं रहेगा उसके अंदर कुछ भी लिविंग चीज नहीं है, देयर इज नथिंग लिविंग इनसाइड इट, राइट? बट व्हेन दिस बट आइडियली इफ यू सी इनसाइड दिस बोन, देयर आर मल्टीपल थिंग्स दैट आर हैपनिंग. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? उसके अंदर कुछ सेल्स होते हैं, देयर आर सर्टेन सेल्स इनसाइड इट, एंड दिस सेल्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू रिन्यू योर बोन एवरी सिंगल डे. एवरी डे हमारे जो बोन है वो नया नया सेल्स बनाता है, जिसके वजह से आपकी बोन की हेल्थ अच्छी रहती है. ओके, सो बोन, देर आर टू कंडीशंस दैट यूजुअली हैपेंस इन अ बोन. एक है जिसको हम कहते हैं बोन रिजॉर्प्शन. रिजॉर्प्शन मीन्स पुराने जो बोन के सेल्स है, पुरानी जो बोन है वो टूट निकल जाती है, बर्स्ट हो जाती है, ब्रेक डाउन हो जाता है. देयर इज अ ब्रेक डाउन ऑफ ओल्ड बोन सेल्स, and then new cells are formed, नए वाले cells rebuild होते, ये every single day हमारे body में होता रहता है. That's the reason we have to take all the nutrients, a well balanced diet every day for your bone health. Okay, what is happening in our bone? Two processes happen every single day. One is breaking down of old bone cells and building up new bone cells. Therefore your bone will become more strengthful every single day. But if your nutrition is poor, मतलब अगर आपका डाइट अच्छा नहीं है, you are missing out with proteins, vitamins, minerals, what not, then your diet is poor. If your hormonal health is not good, specifically if vitamin D3 कम है आपके बॉडी में, if magnesium कम है आपके बॉडी में, if vitamin K कम है आपके बॉडी में, that means your hormonal health is also being poor. So your hormones are poor and your physical activity is not good. That means no walking is there, no running is there, no gymming is there, no strength training, no cardio is there, no yoga is there, then what will happen? Your body will be under a sedentary mode, in a very relaxed mode, kuch bhi nahi karegi body. So when a diet is poor, when hormones are not in good state, when physical activity is missing, then what will happen? Your body will go out of balance. Since there is inadequate nutrient, बोन क्या करेगी? ज्यादा ब्रेक डाउन होगी बट नए सेल्स नहीं बना पाएगी. What will happen? Your breakdown will surely happen, but new cells will not be formed if the nutrition, hormone, and physical activity is poor. And therefore, what will happen? Your bone will become weak and porous. Porous यानी खड्डे खड्डे पड़ जाएंगे. Okay, नाजुक बन जाएगी वो. ठीक है. So a bone should be how? It should be strengthful. Every day old cells should go off and new cells should be formed. Okay, so your bone is not a dead tissue, it is a living tissue, because even if it looks ki wo dead hai, but still internally these all systems are happening. Okay, fine, let's see ahead. Now then, which are the nutrients which are important for your bone health? So basically, as we all know, calcium is one of the important. हम बचपन से सुनते आए हैं, you should take calcium for your bones, you should take calcium supplements, milk से calcium मिलेगा. But what does calcium do? Calcium only do a structural work of your bone. That means जो हार्डनेस है आपकी बोन की, उसको बेटर बरकरार रखने के लिए कैल्शियम की मदद होती है. Rest nothing work is been done by calcium. Calcium only make your bone hard and keep it into a right state of its condition. Okay, number 2, vitamin D is one of the important vitamin. If you are missing with vitamin D3, then kitna bhi calcium you take, how much ever calcium you take it, your calcium will not get absorbed in your body. Your calcium will come out from your excreta. So if you want to keep the calcium inside your bone, inside your body, vitamin D is very important. See, we Indians are so lucky that we have sunlight throughout the 12 months, right? In foreign, they are suffering from these lack of sunlight since they have a lot of vitamin D. But what we are noticing today, even Indians are with vitamin D deficiency. Why? Because now we have started working a lot inside a premises, inside four walls. We do our desk job, we do our kitchen work, we do our exercise also inside the home. Therefore, there is no chance to get out and get the sunlight. What you have to do is every single day give at least 20 minutes to yourself, expose your body parts as much as possible, and get all the vitamin inside your skin. If the vitamin D is going inside your body, then and then only the calcium that you are consuming will be absorbed, otherwise it will go for a waste. So you must have seen so many people take supplements in so many years of calcium, still their body, their bone is still brittle. Why? Because vitamin D is not being taken sufficiently. Okay, vitamin D is the only vitamin which will absorb the calcium inside your body. Number 3, protein. Now what protein do? Suppose, imagine this is the building. Okay, in a building foundation there are certain cement blocks, right? Inside the cement block, first iron rods are being situated and then the cement is being put around it, right? So that iron rods is doing what? It's giving a framework, it's giving a structural work, right? So this framework of your bones is been done because of protein. Okay, so what it is doing, it is giving us collagen matrix. Collagen is one of the protein. That collagen is there inside your bones to give a uh, structural, you can say, shape to that particular bone. And this protein should come majorly from your food source. Now tell me, so many of your diet, you must be seeing you are having proteins into your diet, but still you are unable to meet proteins every day. Why this is happening? Because we are not being mindful. What is happening? We are having only protein in one meal or two meals a day. But ideally you should have protein into every single meal that you have. According to yoga also, we say at least four meals you should have per day, like breakfast, lunch, evening small snacks, and your dinner, early dinner. Now all these snacks or all these meals, you should have compulsory protein inside it. From where you will get the protein? Protein doesn't mean you only have to have a non-veg source. Even a protein source, a plant source, have a protein inside it. You just have to eat it every day. Even if you start with small quantity, it's okay, gradually increase the quantity. But protein is present to multiple things, like your dals. All varieties of dals, there is a protein. All varieties of legumes. What are legumes? Your chole, rajma, lobia, chana, masoor. These are all legumes. So all these things have good protein source. Apart from that, soya chunks, tofu, paneer, milk, curd, these have good proteins. And little protein you will get from some of the leafy vegetables, some of the other vegetables. You will get little proteins from your nuts, from your seeds, and from your whole grains also, like your ragi, jawar, bajra, gehu, rice. Sub में से at least 2 to 3 grams you will get the protein. But you should have the variety into your diet. More the variety, more you will get different sorts of nutrients. If you're eating same dal chawal every day, you will get only same nutrients, and therefore you will lack the other nutrients. That's the reason best is to always add variety. Every day the diet should be changed, it should not be monotone. Okay, then you will get good sufficient protein. Number 4, magnesium. Now you must have never thought how magnesium is helpful in the bone. When magnesium is there in your body, then only your calcium will stay inside your bone. Otherwise it will come out and participate in other thing. Your calcium is required for your heart also, for your brains also, for your nerves also. So what body usually do? From the food source, the calcium which is coming, few is added in the bones and few remaining is being used for other purpose. But if a calcium is missing in your body, then what body will do? It will ooze out the calcium from the bones a lot and use in multiple other purpose. Therefore your bone will become brittle. So, if you want to keep the calcium inside the bone and keep the strength of the bone as it is, magnesium is equally important. Okay. Now, where you will find this magnesium? All the nuts, seeds, leafy greens, you will get the good source of magnesium. Okay. Now, last vitamin is vitamin K. This tells the calcium you have to go inside a bone. Okay. So, the direction, the placement of the calcium is decided by the vitamin K. So from where you will get the vitamin K? Everything that is green will give you vitamin K. Okay. So you should have every day good source of vegetables into your diet to get the vitamin K, because it is the one vitamin which gives the direction to the calcium that you have to go in the bone and stay there. Okay, so these are the nutrients which are very very important for your bone health. Not only calcium, more than calcium, these other ones are more important. Okay. Okay, I know today you will be bursting out lot of myths, or maybe you will be learning a lot new things, but this is really important to know a layman person to understand why bone health is so important. You should start looking towards your bone health right from your late 20s. Then and then only you will have a better elderly age time. Okay, fine. Now let's see about the calcium. When we come to a calcium, we only think the milk is the one source from where you get the calcium. But there are multiple other sources also from you get the calcium in a sufficient amount, even more than milk, I would say, which is number one, ragi. Ragi is an excellent source of a calcium. Okay, ragi in Marathi we call it nachni. So ragi, nachni, or in English it is called finger millet. So have this ragi in, I would say, everyday basis, so that you get your calcium sufficiently. Because nowadays what is happening, few people who are unable to digest milk, कुछ लोगों को milk digest नहीं होता, उनको bloating होती है, diarrhea होता है, तो for them milk cannot be a source for the calcium, right? So from where they can take the calcium, they can take from the ragi. रागी का porridge बन सकता है, you can make ragi malt, ragi roti, ragi khichdi, ragi soup, ragi tikkis, whatnot. So there are multiple recipes, you can try it out in your everyday lifestyle. Number two, sesame seeds. I think this you all must be knowing. तिल, जो ब्लैक तिल है या सफेद तिल है, दोनों में कैल्शियम बहुत अच्छा है. सो इफ पॉसिबल जस्ट ओकेजनली खाने से अच्छा एवरीडे बेसिस पे डाल लो. भले ही वो किसी सैलेड पे स्प्रिंकल कर रहे हो, और यू कैन add it into your sabjis or into your gravy masalas, or you can make chutney out of it and have with your dosa and idli. So this is how you can incorporate sesame seeds into your diet. Okay. Number three is almonds. Almonds are also one of the good source of calcium. Of course, not excellent source, but it's a moderate good source. If you add into your diet every day, you will get good calcium. Okay. Number four is your leafy greens. All your leafy greens like your palak, your methi, amaranth, moringa is an excellent source of calcium. So try to add as much as possible. If you get moringa throughout the year, please have moringa at least 1 or 2 a week. If you're not having moringa, at least make sure when it's seasonal, have it every day, I would say, to get good calcium. Okay. And then last is the good milk and milk product sources, which gives you good calcium. Okay. So if you want calcium, doesn't mean you have to take too much of milk to get a stronger bone. You can take other sources also, like ragi, sesame seeds, almonds, leafy greens, milk and curd and paneer. All will give you good source of calcium. Even little soy chunks and tofu has little bit of calcium. You can take that also into your diet if you are comfortable with it. That can also give you good source of calcium. Okay, so these were all the sources of calcium. Now let's understand about vitamin D. Now, vitamin D, we are so lucky that we get sunlight every day. It's only our duty to step out of the house and to soak that vitamin D. How you have to soak the vitamin D? There are certain rules. Number one, you have to wear a very light cotton clothes, and expose your body parts as much as possible, like your arm, your legs, your face, so that your neck, so that the vitamin D will penetrate inside your skin. And it is said one more thing, that when you keep your back exposed to the sunlight, more sunlight will penetrate from your back compared to your hands and your legs. Okay. So if whenever possible, if you're wearing very light cloth, please go and sit in the sunlight. Maybe you have park around you, just sit and expose your back as much as possible. Even for your good hair health, vitamin D is important. So even your hair health will become better if you sit in a sunlight for good 15 to 20 minutes. Now second question will be, at what time we should sit if morning is not possible? See, ideally it's good that you sit in the morning slot. Why? Because the pollution is little less, so you get little cleaner version of sunlight. Okay, so if you're sitting in the morning slot in the fresh air, then more than 20 minutes also you can soak in, okay, to get good vitamin D. But if you are going post 10 a.m., or if you're going around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, that time of course the pollution is there. But still, even if you're taking that time of sunlight, make sure you're not taking more than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, because the sun rays are little stronger compared to the morning slot. So best is to always take the morning slot sunlight. Okay. Now the food source of vitamin D is very less. You will see vitamin D in little amount in all the dairy products. So in your milk, in your animal products, in your curd or paneer, little bit of vitamin D you will get, but not a good source, I would say. So best is to always get it from the sunlight. And if you are deficient with vitamin D, please don't ignore the sign. Please go and supplement. If you are deficient to extreme, like 7, 4, or 10 number is seen, or below 20, you should supplement yourself, come to the desired level, and then you start maintaining the vitamin D with the sunlight source, or having some dairy products. Or people who are non-vegetarian, they can also have a non-veg source to get little bit of vitamin D. Okay, but vitamin D is must, otherwise whatever calcium you are having, it is going in waste. Okay, fine, let's proceed ahead. Now, as we said, proteins are very important for the bone. What it is doing, it is forming a bone matrix, the framework, the collagen framework, right? So to maintain your muscle mass or reduce the fracture risk, the proteins are very important. As mentioned earlier, where these proteins are present: in your dals, in your paneer, in your curd, in your nuts, seeds, all are these, soy products also, and of course non-vegetarians, they can have non-veg. These are all good sources of protein. Okay, now it's really good to have a plant source more compared to a non-veg animal source. The reason is the digestion. When you have a plant source products, the digestion is very gentle. Okay, but when you have an animal source product, then the digestion becomes little weak, sluggish, slowy. So because of that, what is happening, the food stays in the stomach for longer duration, leading to a lot of gas, bloating, acidity. So somehow the absorption of nutrients are also affected. Okay, if the gut environment is poor, then the absorption of nutrient is also affected. So best is to keep the non-veg limited, like once or twice a week if you are a non-vegetarian. But most of the time, try to have a proteins, plant based sources. Okay, fine, let's proceed ahead. Now let's understand which are the food which are dangerous for our body. Okay, number one is your tea and coffee. Tell me in a comment section, who drinks tea and coffee more than 1 cup every day? Write in a comment section quickly, quickly. I want to see how many of you drink tea, coffee, green tea, matcha, whatever, every single day more than 1 cup. Quickly, quickly, I want to see in the comment section. Okay. How many? How many? Mention more than one means how many? Okay. Black coffee, 2 times. Okay. Anybody else? Twice. Okay. More, more. I want more participation. Quickly write down. How many of you take tea and coffee every day? Three. Janki ji, three. Okay. Tea or coffee? Okay. So usually what happens, tea and coffee has two things inside them. So coffee always have a caffeine inside them, but in tea, along with the caffeine, there is a tannins. Both caffeine and tannins are acidic in nature. Okay, Janki ji says both tea and coffee. Okay. So what happens when you take this tea and coffee on everyday basis? You are giving your body more of tannins and caffeines. Both of these are acidic in nature, and both of these are stimulant in our body. What do you mean by stimulant? Which means it makes you alert, more energetic, but for a shorter duration, and it crashes your energy down again. Therefore you get an urge again to take one more cup of tea, one more cup of coffee, so that you get that energy again. Right? Now, if it's a tea, if it's a tea then if you're taking 1 cup a day, more than enough. Same goes with coffee also, 1 cups a day, more than enough. And preferably you should have before 2 p.m. only. When you have post 2 p.m., what is happening, the acid levels keeps increasing, and it delays your sleep cycle basically. How? Because caffeine has a tendency to keep you alert, right? So when you are having post 2 p.m., this caffeine takes approximately 8 hours to slow down its effect, okay, or to come it out of the body. It takes more than 8 hours. So if the effect, if you're taking post 2 p.m., the effect of it will be carried till your sleep cycle. because of which your sleep will be delayed. So there must be few people who must be saying that I finish up my work everything early, but still I'm not feeling sleepy, I'm not getting the urge to sleep, and therefore you will start scrolling. 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so usually what happens when you take this tea and coffee, since they are acidic in nature, it is increasing the acid levels in your body a lot. If you're taking 1 cup, your body will subside that acids very nicely throughout the day. But taking 1 cup, the acid is going down. Again, taking another cup, the acid is aggravating. Again, that acid is going down. Again, there is a 1 cup, which is again increasing the acidity. So, more the acids in your body, more your bones will become porous. So sorry. Yeah. So, more the acids you are consuming in your body, more your bones will become porous, because the acidic environment, if your blood becomes acidic, then somehow your bones will not accept this acidic environment, and the calcium will start coming out, and your bone will become porous, holes will come on the bones, and every mineral will ooze out of it. So therefore, too much of tea and coffee is not accepted. Number 2, soft drinks. Lot of soda is there inside it. Soda again makes your bones porous. You can do this experiment at home also. Any calcium thing, if you take a shell which is of calcium and you add soda on it, it will start making it porous. Same thing is happening with your bone. If you are taking soft drinks on regular basis, any beverage which has a lot of soda inside it, CO2 inside it, will make your bone porous. Number 3, having packaged junk food, like uh, your foods like save, namkeens, then your farsan, chivda, then there is chips. Everything has high sodium inside it and lot of chemicals inside it. And if you see all these chemicals, the preservatives which are added in your body are foreign to our body. Your body will never accept it. It's harmful for your body. We never read the nutritive label. Whenever you take any product, just flip it and read the nutritive table. You will see that the first thing is maida, which is not good for your body. Later you will see some chemical names with some numbers like preservatives, additives, emulsifier, stabilizer, food colors, then anti-foaming, anti-caking agents. These are all chemicals. Why we have to put these extra chemicals in our body? Not required, right? So always purchase the food which is clean and healthy and doesn't have these all chemicals, or else make it at home. Okay. And anything that is super fried, deep fried, excess of oil is going in your body, excess of salt is going inside your body, this will make your bone porous. Okay. When there is junk food intake a lot, your fat is increasing. When there is too much fat accumulated in your body, there will be gain in your weight and there will be pressure on your bone, right? That's the reason when a person who is obese, a person who is higher at the weight, and they are having any sort of knee pain, doctor will always tell you to reduce your weight first. Why? Because too much of fat will create a load on your body, and that load will create a pressure on your bones, specifically on your joints, and therefore there will be a friction because of this pressure, and you will experience all the bone pains or a joint pains. Okay. So uh, it's not that your calcium will ooze out or your minerals will come out because of only this food source. In throughout your lifestyle, if the diet is not proper, if the routine is not maintained very well, if you're skipping the meals and having very less food in your day, then also it will harm your bone health. Okay. So these are all the foods or all the lifestyle that are responsible, poor lifestyle which are responsible for your bone health. Okay. Fine. Now, everyday bone health friendly meals. So, how to make your own plate? Okay. I'll take all the questions by the end of the session. Let me quickly finish up the PPT. Okay. So, first, let's understand how to plate your meals. Whenever you have your lunch, your dinner, or your breakfast, of course the proportion will vary. Your breakfast will be moderate in nature, lunch should be heavy meal of the day, dinner should be very light and little proportion. Okay, but what should be there inside your plate? Half a plate should be filled with the vegetables. They are the fibers, they are the one which bind with the fat and expel it out of your body. It removes all the toxins from your body. Unwanted substances are removed when you have more vegetables in your diet. From where the vegetable will come? The cooked sabji and the salad. Every day there should be a cooked sabji and a salad. Okay. 1/4 section of your plate should be a protein source, which we have already discussed. What are the sources? Then 1/4 section should be your grains. What are your grains? Your wheat, rice, jawar, bajra, ragi, oats, millets, quinoa, barley, dalia, these are all the grains. You have so many grains, please keep lot of varieties on daily basis. Just don't stick with wheat and rice. You are missing out with so many fiber and other minerals. Okay, so 1/4 plate will be your grains. And along with that, there should be a healthy fat. Which fat? A seed fat. It's a healthy fat. The oils that you get from the seeds will be very lubricating for your bone, right? So 1 tablespoon of seed, you can make chutney out of it, you can sprinkle on your salads, you can add into your roti dough, you can add into your rice, wherever you want to add, you can add this seeds. So when you have this simple plate which is plated in a right proportion, you will experience your bone health is becoming better. Okay, even if now there are certain pains and aches, I would suggest just start following this proportionate plate. Automatically you will get good results. Okay, fine, let's proceed ahead. Now, bone beyond your food. So just food is not equally important. Along with the food, lifestyle is also important. Number one, you have to give little exercise to your bones. If there is no movement, like a machine, if the machine is not moving and we have kept that machine for years and years, and then we take it out to work it out, and then we take it out to do certain functioning of it, then what will happen? That machine will not run. Then you have to add fueling, then you have to do some friction, lubricate that machine to make it again new, right? Similarly, your body requires, your bone requires certain exercise. Which exercise? Majorly the weight bearing. Take certain weights and walk. Do certain dumbbell work at home also, you can do it. That's very easy thing. Get some 2-3 kgs dumbbells at home and just do your weight lifting. You can do your squats, you can do walking. If doing any particular weight bearing exercise is difficult, tie your weights to your feet and you can do the simple walking. Even that is one of the beautiful exercise for your bones. But a movement is important. If you are a yoga person, do Surya Namaskar. Complete body workout will happen. Do at least 2 Surya Namaskar every day. Even that will give you good strength and flexibility to your bones. Secondly, sun exposure for a good vitamin D. Number 3 is good sleep. If you're not sleeping well, your next day will go on a toss. You will feel sluggish, low in energy throughout the day. Therefore, you will not eat on time. Your focus will be poor. You will not understand what to eat. A lot of cravings will come and your day will go for a toss. So always fix your sleep. Then only you will see your lifestyle, your routine has become better. And lastly, hormonal health. Always keep a check with your hormones. Every 6 months, every year, do your blood check and see what are the levels, whether you are in a right check or it has gone high or low in your body, and accordingly eat those foods to bring it in a balance. Okay, if your internal health is healthy, then only everything, right from your bone, joints, your organs, your systems, everything will work very nicely. Okay, with this we are completing our today's session, and I've come up with a task for a week. What you have to do is, today whatever you have learned, you have to apply it. If you don't bring it into a practice, whatever you have learned will vanish off, right? So if you want to retain, you have to make your lifestyle better, you have to practice it. What you have to do is, every day just 15 minutes of sun exposure is important. And number 2, try to add any one of the calcium food every day into your diet. Okay, only 2 things you have to do: sun exposure, and secondly having calcium food every day into your diet. These 2 things when you do, and you see a result within a 7 days, you feel little energetic, little strengthful, please do let me know in the next session. Okay, you can tag the Times Health Plus if you want to put it the story on your Instagram, and you can win a chance of getting certain wellness goodies also. Okay, but when you participate, you will understand that whatever you have learned is really a practical based thing. Okay, with this we'll end up the session and we'll start with the Q&A session. Okay. Okay, now I see there are multiple questions that have come. Hmm. Okay, one is asking, I'm having a continuous sitting job of 9 hours. So please suggest something in which I feel energetic. Okay, number one, every 1 hourly you have to stand up. If you cannot move around after every 1 hour, just stand and do whatever work you want to do. After standing, what you can do, or if you even cannot stand, if you're sitting, just do shoulder rotations, some hand movements, some neck rotations, and looking up, down, near, far, so eye exercises. This will really help you to make you feel energetic because you're releasing all the tensions. When we sit in same posture, now see, since 1 hour I'm sitting in same posture, I feel the stiffness in my body, but when I'll get up now, I'll do some stretches. That's how you will make your energy, that's how you'll make your body feel little loose and energetic. Okay, so always keep your body moving. More you keep your body moving, not only in terms of exercise, you can wake, you can get up and just go for a washroom break, you can go and put some water on your face, you can even go and get some water from a kitchen or wherever is there, the tap has been there. So the walking is happening, more the movement, more you will see the energy levels are getting better. And of course, having meals on time will really keep you energetic, and in every meal protein is important for the energy. Okay, fine. Next question is, Janaki ji, what's the quantity of a cup? Okay, the tea quantity or coffee cup quantity should be not more than 150 ml. Okay, not more than 150 ml. And one cup is more than enough. If you get an urge for another cups, please replace your tea and coffee with the herbal teas that you can make very easily at your home. Take any spice, boil it up, your tea is ready. Whether it's a fennel tea, a ginger tea, or ajwain tea, or lemongrass and mint leaves, tulsi tea, whatever you want to make, you can make with your herbs and spices. Okay, fine. Okay. One Ashwini ji says weight loss people say more black coffee is desirable. Please advise. Oh, please don't fall into this kind of myth. This is really very dangerous. No coffee is good for your body. Coffee cannot do any miracle work in burning your fat. When they give you coffee, specifically for people who are vigorous with their gym activity, just to get a energy supply, instant energy supply, gym people tell them to take coffee and go for a gym workout just to maintain that energy levels, and they will be able to do that exercise vigorously. But otherwise, a common person who is doing gentle gym, who is doing gentle exercise, no need to take coffee and lose their weight. You will lose your appetite, you will not lose your weight. Okay, it's a myth basically. Okay, next is, Anish ji says milk based coffee and black coffee effects on body. Milk based coffee is not at all good because milk is alkaline in nature and heavy to digest. Coffee powder is acidic in nature. Two opposite thing when we bring together, it's a viruddha ahar according to Ayurveda, leads to a lot of toxin formation and heavy to digest it. So you might get little acidic effect also later ages if you keep continuing in the milk coffee. Black coffee, that which is just made with water, is preferably advisable, or you can take it. One coffee mug is more than enough in per day. Okay, just don't add sugar into it. Use the coffee powder very less in that water, so that the effect will vanish off immediately, and of course it will not create any hindrance on your bone health, or on your appetite. Okay, because when you add sugars into it, you are making it more acidic, and then you might get the acidic effect. Okay, fine. Okay, then Ashwini ji says sugar cravings post lunch and dinner, how to manage. Why you get the craving is because you are missing out with the nutrients into your meals. If you add proteins and lots of vegetable compared to your grains into your each meal, right from breakfast, lunch, dinner, you will never get the craving because this fiber and protein stays in your stomach for longer duration and the digestion is slow, and it will digest for good 3 to 4 hours, and after that only you will get the hunger pan, and that will be the actual hunger time to have a food, right? So to prevent any craving, just see how you are having your meals. Your breakfast should have proteins, vegetables, and a grain source, little bit of grain source. Similarly, there should be a well balance in your lunch and dinner. Okay, then only you will be preventing your cravings. And even if you get the craving, then look into the proportion of the proteins and fibers, increase that proportion into your diet. Okay, and in between, if you still, we are humans, we do love having desserts, we do love having certain namkeens outside meals, right? So you can have, there is no major restrictions, you can have, but there is a way to have everything. Everything need to be consumed in a balance. If you want to have desserts or any sweet related thing, keep it very occasional when the urge is very strong, and usually have post lunch after 30 minutes or 40 minutes gap. Never have any sweet, neither in a breakfast nor in between, or neither after your dinner. Otherwise it will go in a fat storage. Okay, your digestive fire is at peak during lunch hours, so that time you can have your craving meals. Okay, same goes with your chaat or pizza and all this. If you feel like having, always have during your lunch hours and not in the evening slots. Okay, fine. Okay. Vishwaji says morning. What is the best time in the morning to take the sunlight? As I mentioned before, 10 a.m. Any time you can go. Okay. How can bone crack sound be treated through foods? We had a brief discussion about it, sir. I have given you the understanding. You need to have a calcium food source, protein food source, vitamin D in your diet, magnesium from your diet, vitamin K from your diet, then only you will be having better bone health. Okay, please go through the PPT again once the session has been completed. All these PPT will be uploaded on the Times Health Plus. Okay, fine. Next, what to eat for hair growth and length. For hair and skin, there is going to be another session, so we'll discuss about it over there. Okay. What does inflammation in body mean? Inflammation means there is any kind of pain, that is your inflammation. Heat has been aggravated. There is certain kind of disbalance in your body, that is inflammation. Okay. So it can be anything. It can be bone inflammation. It can be liver inflammation. It can be kidney inflammation. It can be heart inflammation. Anything, anything that is related to particular organ. If there is an imbalance, disbalance, then there is an inflammation. Okay. Okay, you one person say, "Ma'am, please suggest morning energy drink." Okay, if you are a person who wants to have like smoothie kind of things, you can just take a water, add all the dry fruits, nuts inside it, blend it. If you and a protein source you can club along with it. Like you can take that one drink, along with that you can have a sprouts, boiled sprouts, or a tossed paneer, or if you're a person who eats eggs, you can have that egg. But don't blend milk with the egg or milk with the sprout. I would suggest just take simple water and blend everything. But if you want to make a milk smoothie, don't add fruit inside it, just milk, dry fruits, nuts all together, blend it and have it. That's a best energy drink that you can have. Okay, fine. Next is how to remove toxins from body. Okay, you have to eat lots of vegetables and fruits in your diet. Fiber are the one which helps to remove the toxins from your body. Make sure your plate is filled with 50% of vegetables, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If there are good amount of vegetables into your diet, and of course 2 times a day, if you have a fruits which have skin, edible skin along with it, then you will see that the toxins are being removed from your body. You will have a good poop, you will have a lighter stomach, gentle stomach, you will feel energetic. That means the body is cleaning the toxins from your body. Okay. Okay. Next is Janki ji saying, "Wonderful, Vinita ji. Appreciate the knowledge you shared. Wish the best in your professional pursuit." Thank you so much, Janki ji. Thank you. This is really good message that I've got from your side. It's really overwhelming. Thank you so much. I'm glad that whatever the information I'm trying to give is helpful for you all. Okay, Ashwini ji says, "Can two date okay to have post lunch or dinner for sugar craving?" Post lunch acceptable. Whenever the craving is coming post dinner, always have some liquids. It can be a herbal tea, it can be limbu pani, it can be any quick ginger, lemon, and mint mojito sort of. You can make it at home and have it. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope I have answered all the questions. You have got good insight about the bone health, and please practice the task that I have given, and we'll meet in the next session about the joints. Okay, thank you and namaste. Have a good weekend.